Chapter 12, 12:25 a.m. Now, hold on a second. The girl that was supposed to be kidnapped is Emily, not Camilla. And then we know that Camilla is the daughter of Jod. And then we found out that she was the one that killed her own mother, even though Jod himself took the blame. But then again, Jod tells you do not trust other people's memories. And then you find out that the same contraption, the same murder machine, was used again on Lynn, like 5 years later, after the incident. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on with this game? So many mysteries. It looks like the kidnappers made a big mistake. The girl in the trunk was Detective Jod's daughter, Camilla, not the minister's daughter. Oh, they just made a mistake? When I got back to the Justice Minister's office, things were getting even more out of hand. The devastated man was being grilled by the fairy detective lady. Damn. You're no Phoenix, right? Slamming on the table like that? I told Len what I had found out about the kidnapping. That it wasn't Justice Minister's daughters who had been kidnapped. That the kidnappers had been holed up in Camilla's old house, and that they sensed my presence and were already gone. But Camilla? Why do they have Camilla? Her father isn't the stupid old Justice Minister. I think the stupid old part is a little uncalled for. It looks like the kidnappers made a mistake somehow. The poor girl, kidnapped for ransom of her own father's execution. Wait a second. The Justice Ministers actually listened to the tape of his daughter, right? So he should have recognized her voice. This is unclear. This is something that is unclear. It's just too much. It's cruel twist of fate, I agree. And then there are those other twists too. Like the kidnappers winding up and using Camilla's old house as their hideout. There's no way it could be just coincidence. And them sensing my presence. They seem to know about the powers of the dead. I just don't understand any of it. I told you before, Detective. I want you to stand back. Who cares about distance at a time like this? Look, Mr. Minister, it wasn't your daughter that was kidnapped. Don't try to pretend you didn't hear what we were saying. Ah! How can I believe in you? I'm a realist. Please! If you don't believe what you say, see for yourself. Just call home and... I tried calling hundreds of times. My wife won't answer. She won't? It's complicated. Why does life have to be such a complicated thing? But if she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean everything's normal? It doesn't prove it. Kind of a weird line of logic you're tracing here, Lynn, but it actually makes sense. Kinda. And I'm being watched. I can't have the police go check for me. Besides, if the execution isn't carried out tonight, the hostage will be killed. What difference does it make that it's not my daughter? Alright, I'll give you that. Hoo-wee! That's quite a pickle, Mr. Minister. Quite a pickle. Oh no. It's Cabanilla. Miss me, baby? Inspector Cabanilla. Swoogity swoogie. I'm coming for that, you know what I'm coming for. What I'm coming for. I have a little report for you, Mr. Minister. The escaped prisoner has been apprehended. Thought you might like to see him, so here he is. He brought him here? Why? Detective Judd! Detective Judd, I'm so sorry. I tried. I know that you're innocent. I just can't prove it. I'm so sorry. Lynn, please, don't apologize to me. Ah, the beautiful love between a teacher and student. It brings a tear to my eye. So what should we do? Lynn doesn't really know that Judd is innocent. She doesn't? Well, she didn't see or didn't hear. Well, as I said, Judd told us that we shouldn't trust people's memories. This is a complicated matter. Like, if we can tell her how things happen, maybe if we told her and she she confronts it with Judd, maybe he'll do something, or maybe he'll stand his ground on, you know, denying the fact that his daughter killed his wife. Lynn doesn't really know that Judd is innocent. She just believes it from the bottom of her heart. The execution and the kidnapping are real threats, and time marches on. I'll gather information and see if I can think of something. This all relates back to me somehow. I just know it. You knew, didn't you, Inspector Cabanilla, that the execution was tonight? I don't believe I had any obligation to tell you. And you're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective Judd could never have done such a thing. Ha 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 ha! Oh, come on now, baby. I know no such thing. Huh? I know two things to be true, and two things only. One, he was given the death penalty. And two, he tried to escape. What else could I do but haul him in, baby? If that's the case, why did you bring him here? Good question. Whatever do you mean, young lady? He escaped from prison, right? So why didn't you just take him back to the prison? I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment. Isn't that right, Inspector? For your own selfish reasons? So, were all those rumors about you true? That the only thing you are cared is a spotless record? Is that more important to you than saving a friend? Everybody has certain principles they can't go back on, including me. You'll understand that someday, baby. That's enough, Lynn. But Detective Judd, I'm a death row inmate who escaped from prison. This is how it should be. But... Oh, there are 3 gods. Yeah, you can't escape. You can't escape from this. You cannot escape from this. Let's go ahead and check on the info. If we actually had anything new. Oh, those 2 mystery men, we still haven't seen any of them. They all share something unique about them. All of them are blue-skinned. All of the criminals. She's Detective Judd's daughter. Her name is Camilla. Apparently, she believes her mother's death was caused by the contraption she created. She was kidnapped because she was mistaken for the Justice Minister's daughter. The daughter of the woman in purple. Her name is Emily. Because of her fever of 102, she's crying out in her sleep. She's worried about her father's birthday. In a case of mistaken identity, Camilla has kidnapped in Emily's place. A justice minister who sits agonizing in his stately office. He call himself a realist. Because his wife won't answer the phone, he can't be sure of his daughter's safety, and is left only to frantically pull out his hair. Damn, poor man. He's aging rapidly because of this. The head of the Special Investigation Unit. His name is Cabanilla. Getting ahead is the only thing he thinks about. He's investigating a big deal tonight. Upon discovering Judd's escape, he decided to haul him in the minister's office personally. This is the new info, huh? The superintendent of the junkyard. He apparently also lives in the maintenance building. The murder machine in the building's basement is almost identical to the contraption that killed Judd's wife. A death row inmate. His name is Judd. To protect his daughter, he accepted the blame for his wife's murder. He claims to have stolen somebody else's life as well. Inspector Cabanilla hauled him into the minister's office after his escape from prison. One half of the couple that showed up to make a deal that could affect the future of the nation. He is the perpetrator who abducted Camilla, mistaking her for the Justice Minister's daughter. Is it really a case of mistaken identity? Is that the real thing? Poison. One half of the couple that showed up to make the deal that could affect the future of the nation. The pair kidnapped Camilla. She has a strong sixth sense and can apparently sense my presence. Yeah, that's really weird. Is it just woman's intuition? Or does she really have a sixth sense? Beloved mother, that's a new character and a new info. Camilla's mother and Judd's wife. 5 years ago, she was shot and killed with the contraption Camilla made for her birthday. For her birthday, made an impossible move. Detective Judd was arrested for her murder. The basement of the junkyard's maintenance building. The mysterious mechanical murder machine here looks just like the one in Camilla's house. Camilla's old house. Camilla's old house. A house the kidnappers are using as their hideout. 5 years ago, Camilla's mother was murdered here. The house has been empty ever since. The office gives off a cold, heavy air. The people gathered here are starting to heat up. As usual, the man is tearing out his hair in anguish. Still? Goddamn. The park where the detective with the cab is performing a stakeout. What was his name? Detective Ridge? An old fellow who claims to be the guardian of the park is still here. When the little lady was abducted, she had the music box in the bushes here. Damn, all of them here were dead. So, before I do anything here, should I just go, you know, stumble around and check the other areas? I'll talk to them. I'll talk to the people here, and then I'll check the other areas before we advance. So let's talk to the minister first. My poor Emily, is she alright? Actually, the girl who was kidnapped is named Camilla. Why is a dream talking to me in my head again? Wait a minute, Emily? Could that be the Emily next door? Yes, I think so. Wow, I didn't know the Justice Ministers lived next door. No, not me. My wife. It's, complicated. Yeah, I bet it would be pretty hard to admit she left him. Oh no, oh no, what have you done, Cecil? You asshole, you can't say that. You can't say that. That's a no-no. The minister's wife ran away on him? Maybe they grow apart. Oh, what with him being so busy? Yeah, I bet you're right. Please stop gossiping about me inside my own head. Yeah, that's screwed up. Talk to him again? See if there's new dialogue? Yeah, nah, not so new dialogue. Damn. Lynn is laughing at him. How rude. Rude. Rude! Let's talk to Lynn. According to what I heard, Emily is supposed to go to some sort of lesson tonight. Wait, in the midnight? We're in the midnight. She shouldn't go to any stupid lesson. Those horrible kidnappers, they were lying in wait for her. But Emily didn't go out after all. She couldn't. She had a fever. Huh. And so the kidnappers grabbed Camilla by mistake instead. Apparently, Emily and Camilla are about the same age. The kidnappers must have gotten the two of them mixed up. It's my fault. If I hadn't asked Camilla to do that errand for me, this never would have happened. Alright, you asked her to bring the music box. Camilla. According to what I heard... yeah, that's repeated dialogue. I think our next objective is to try and get the... the music box here. It probably holds some significance. Yeah, let's try talking to Jod here. What's up, fool? So, Mr. Ghost. Mr. Ghost, we meet again. I hear something happened. Something about a kidnapping. Are we supposed to tell him that his daughter that was the one that got actually kidnapped? Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter. That's terrible. What's their demand? The carrying out of your execution. Tonight. I had no idea I was so hated. But the minister doesn't have to worry. I die, and it's all over. Very simple. It's not that simple. Why not? Because it isn't really the minister's daughter who got kidnapped. It's Camilla. What? Camilla? I checked it out for myself. I'm positive. No! It can't be! And by the way, Camilla told me something interesting. She said the one who killed her mother 5 years ago was Camilla herself. What? What are you talking about? Don't listen to him! I'm the one who shot her. I'm the one who shot Alma. Oh, her name is Alma? And when I execute and when I'm executed tonight, that will be the end of it. Camilla won't have to suffer anymore after tonight. For a capable detective, you say some incredibly misguided things. Ugh. You dying isn't going to end that girl's suffering. It'll just bring her new suffering. The only person's pain this execution is going to ease is yours. Gah. Is it true? What Camilla said? Time to face the truth, brother. Time to face the truth. Why don't you tell us what you know? Ah, yes, new info. The lore dump. Yes. Oh, I'm actually interested about the powers of the dead. Would we? I think we'll report to him. We'll report to him that his daughter actually died. The murder 5 years ago. To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife's, Alma's, birthday. We came home from work, and she went in first. I looked for the shooter, but there was nobody to be found. There was nobody there besides Alma and Camilla. Just the two of them. Just the two of them. So the little lady's mother died right in front of her. Actually, no. That's wrong. She didn't die in front of anyone here. Oh my. That's so horrible. Camilla told me about it. She was crying. She said the contraption she made did something it wasn't supposed to. Made an impossible move. An impossible move? Let's talk about the powers of the dead first. It's been 5 years since then. I stopped thinking about it. I shot Alma. There's no other explanation. That's what I'd convince everyone of. Even me. But tonight, you showed up and gave me an explanation I never would have thought of before. The powers of the dead, right? That day, in that room, powers that I didn't understand were at work. Oh, shoot! You're saying that someone actually manipulated the power of the dead? The ghost tricks to kill Alma and put Jod in a really serious position? And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries. Maybe not all. There are a couple of other people who know about those powers. Is somebody there? Can you hear me? I can sense your presence, you know. The kidnappers who abducted Camilla knew about those powers. Well, not both of them, not the couple, only her. That other idiot isn't capable of anything. This is no ordinary kidnapping. It looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was. Detective John, there's still time before dawn. A little, anyway. How about you see this case through to the end before you die? An impossible move. Camilla was a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. But there were two very strange points about that contraption. The first was, of course, the firing of that gun. Right. That was an antique gun I had on display for years. So it wasn't part of the little lady's original design. Of course it wasn't. It was supposed to be a surprise for her mother's birthday. And the other strange point was the movement of that Cupid. Cupid? Wait, he knows about the Cupid? I mean, the Cupid was hidden. It was supposed to shoot its arrow without turning around. That's true! Oh my god, that's true! Someone actually manipulated the Cupid! Yes! I didn't see that. I didn't think of that. Shit! Shit! There's another person. There's another ghost! But that ghost is supposed to be dead, right? He can't live for more than one day, right? So that ghost is gone. We cannot catch him anymore. Not to mention that, no! The ghost was there. The ghost was actually there when Lynn was killed by the same contraption, by the same murder machine. Somebody made a change to the contraption designs and then manipulated it. I don't know what to say. I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Camilla. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in. What did you do actually? Adjustment to the scene. What kind of adjustment? The gun, of course. The gun, eh? Come to think of it. Yeah, it wasn't there. It was removed from its frame. There was no gun there, just a picture hanging on the wall. Of course, not because I secretly switched the gun out of that frame with the picture. I didn't believe what she told me about her contraption, but one thing was for certain. The gun was still smoking. So that gun really did shoot Alma. I hid the gun before I went to the police. You hid it. I put it in a wooden box and gave it to a certain detective. Oh no, the music box? What? You mean... And that detective still thinks it's a music box. So that's what was in the box, huh? I got a different murder weapon ready to give to the police. My own pistol. And I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into the details. He put a few bullets inside his wife. Oh no. Oh no. When I was all done, I turned myself in. Feels bad, man. Detective Judd, is what you told us just now true? Yes, of course. In that case, there's still time. Still time to solve the case that started 5 years ago. You didn't do it, Detective Judd. And, of course, little Camilla didn't do it either. So the true perpetrator is still out there. And I'm going to prove it. He's not. He's not. By the game's logic, the ghosts disappear after 1 day of their existence. So whoever did that is already gone. But there is someone else there. There is someone else there. That is still haunting that place. It's the same guy. It's the same guy that moved the Cupid that killed in the contraption that killed Lynn in the basement. For Camilla's sake. That sounds wonderful. Thank you, Detective. Len, where's that music box now? In Timsick Park. Camilla left it there. That gun is important evidence. You'd better go pick it up. Yes, sir. I'll go right now. Cecil, take care of Detective Judd. And do something about the kidnapping, so we can get the minister on our side. And yet again, I say, easy enough for you to say. Isn't she a fugitive, by the way? What's going on? Deal me the deal, Mr. Death Row inmate. A little change in plans. My daughter has been kidnapped. I can't just go off to die without doing something. But you're in our custody, don't forget. Back at the prison, everybody's waiting for you with a special seat just for you, baby. Then I guess we'd better prove my innocence on the double. On the double, is it? You sound so determined, my old friend. I want to save Camilla in more ways than one. And that's all there is to it. I see, my old friend. In more ways than one. What say you, Mr. Minister? May we have your decision? Should the execution be carried out tonight, as planned? Or should we hold off and wait for this important evidence to come in? Come on, Mr. Minister! Do the right thing! The order still stands. What? That's bull, Pucky. Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its enforcement. As you wish, Your Excellency. Please, don't bow down to me. And especially not that low. You can't go low. That's more lower than Ling's Art of Phoenix stands. In that case, can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van to pick him up? Would you be so kind? Yes, sir. Hop, hop. Damn, that's... You carry your own chair? The van should take about 10 minutes, I'm guessing. Your escape tonight was brilliant. Will you show me another miracle in these last few minutes of yours, Mr. Death Row inmate? I'm glad to see Detective Judd all fired up now. But I feel like I'm under the gun here. Even if Lynn does come through with the proof of Judd's innocence, It will be meaningless if Judd or Camilla dies. I've got to do something about that kidnapping, somehow. Maybe I should ask for some advice from the capable detective here? That sucked as full before anything. Excuse me, Mr. Minister? I can't hear you. La 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 la. I'm sure you heard everything we've been saying. Are you telling me you don't believe any of it? Let me speak plainly. I don't trust you, but there's somebody else whom I trust even less. Oh yeah? Who's that? Me! I can't explain your existence. It's not normal, but I'm pretty abnormal myself. So maybe you're a figment of my imagination, a delusion. Would you listen to a delusion? To be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about. I got the bit about you not trusting me, though. Good! Yeah, same dialogue. And this minister. This guy. You should at least hold off the order. He's bowing to the demands of the criminal. That's lame. Let's talk to Judd. Most likely, the minister won't stop the execution. Not as long as there is any small chance his daughter is the one who was kidnapped. But she isn't the one. I'm sure of it. Well, it would be great if we could prove that to the minister. Prove it? How? I doubt his wife is ever gonna answer that phone if we call from there. If we call from here, right? But a telephone works in both directions. What are you saying? What I'm saying is only family members can solve a problem. Can solve a family problem. Hey, Mr. Ghost. Yes. I have to admit, I don't like depending on others. But you're the only one who can change this situation. Gee, detective. For these past 5 years, Camilla is the only thing that kept me going. I can go meekly to the chair now. I hate to ask this, but would you mind saving me? I'll try. The key to getting the Justice Minister to stop the execution is his wife and daughter. But is there a way? So the plan here is to actually go back to the wife's to Amela's mother apartment and try to convince her to talk to the minister. Yeah, repeated dialogue. Repeated dialogue here. Yeah, I'll do some looking around before I actually go to their apartment. Let me check on the other areas. Nah, I don't want to talk to you. Can I drop the water on his face? No? Feels bad, man. Alright. Well, hanging around here won't change anything. I've got 10 minutes before the prison van shows up. If I could just do something about the kidnapping in those 10 minutes, I guess the telephone lines are my only hope. Will do. We're gonna check on the junkyard. Check on Ray.